face you here.
What's poppin' internet? The Black Okage here, aka TBH, and to be honest, I'd like to welcome you guys back to a series that I call Negro Knowledge. This is a series where a young goon will get you on some shit, and I'm sure you read the title, curious to know as to why I'll be discussing a delicious cookie today. But that's not what I mean when I mention an Oreo. Adjective. Actually, it might be a noun. I don't know what the fuck it is. Pronunciation. Oreo. Origin. Self-hating coons. A derogatory term often used by one black person to describe another black person who doesn't fit the stereotypical mold. This term is usually used by people of color with a GPA below 3.0, but recently there's been a surge of white people using this to describe black people who don't fit their stereotypical mold as well. First off, I'd like to shout out Jeremy Williams for suggesting I discuss this topic, so if you have any suggestions on what you guys want to see in the future Negro Knowledge, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. But yeah, I'm shouting them out because this was a great suggestion that hit home for me. Oreo is a term that I've been called by my own family members because I don't use slang every other word. Allow me to let you in a little bit on my life, okay? See, my dad is from the south side of Chicago and my mom is from East St. Louis. And anybody who's from those areas know they are rough. But here's the thing. My dad joined the army when I was a kid, so I was blessed to attend decent schools during the school year. But during the summertime, we had to go back home and I'd stay on the south side of Chicago. In retrospect, I think it was his way of trying to keep us humble because he'd often point out to us how my cousins and how other kids in the neighborhood were living. Plus, when I moved out of my parents' house, I lived on the borderline of Southeast DC for a few years because that's all I could afford and it's rough there too. Through all of that, I picked up a lot of street smarts because I had seen both walks of life. I spent just as much time in the hood as I did in the burbs, and I think it gave me a unique perspective on life. You know, that unique perspective that Donald Glover describes as too black for the white kids but too white for the black kids. This often leads to my cousins making jokes about how well spoken I was and this, that, and the third, and it never bothered me per se, but I do remember just being confused as a kid. And I say that too because it's rough being black as is, but the worst part is your own brothers will tear you down for not joining the sheep. I once heard Dr. Boyce Watkins say some of the biggest proponents of Jim Crow are black people, and I tend to agree. For some reason, it's cool to limit yourself, and for some reason, people can't just say that's not for me, but instead they'll tear you down. If I could, and I'm not trying to violate anyone, I could apply this same logic to something as small as YouTube. Outside of me and maybe KSI, what are the other larger black YouTubers in the gaming community known for? Playing 2K. And don't get me wrong, I love basketball too, but you know why a lot of black people only play 2K on their channel? It's because low-key, and they don't want to say it, it gives their channel hope. If they play other games, the black masses won't watch and they'll look at them like they're Oreos and be like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, it's really sad that people feel like, that's why you see like on Twitter and you see on YouTube people leaking footage early of the NBA 2K17 a few weeks back. They're risking their channels or getting their Twitters taken away and shit like this. Like, low key, this gives motherfuckers channel hope because they felt like for the longest they couldn't do anything, but they look at 2K as the only thing because that's the only thing black people will watch on fucking YouTube. That's a whole nother fucking rant. But look, I've talked to a lot of these dudes behind the scenes and they'll be like, look, I play other games. I'm a real gamer, but you'll never see it on my channel. And that's just the reality of the situation. And that's honestly one of the biggest problems with my channel. I do what the fuck I want. I'm not nerdy enough to appeal to the whites and the Asians, and I'm not hood enough to appeal to niggas who just want to bounce a basketball. I mean, just a few months ago, some clown stole my style and my thumbnail, and when he got called out, what'd he say? Oh, you whack, you play Dragon Ball Z and Zelda. You might as well call me an Oreo. It's like the same damn thing. It's like, damn, these Neanderthals are on the same shit. God damn. But listen, through all the bullshit, I still have faith. You gotta reach one to teach one. If you just talk to someone for 5 minutes, you'll find out you have more in common than you think. Go talk to an otaku for 5 minutes. You enjoy basketball, right? I bet you he'll suggest you check out Kuroko no Basket, which is an anime that's like Dragon Ball Z meets basketball, and it's pretty dope. I also encourage you to befriend an Oreo because we are chameleons. We can adapt to any environment, and we are some of the most intelligent people because of it. I don't understand the point of making fun of someone for being smart when that smart person could be the one helping you get your grades up. And that's why I like to end this video on a Bill Gates quote. Be nice to the nerds. Chances are you'll end up working for one. But if I could remix that, because a lot of us live below the poverty line, I feel like black people should especially be nice to their nerds because that Oreo will most likely be the only one to come back and try to open up a business in your neighborhood and provide jobs and connections. And you gonna wish you didn't call him or her Oreo.
Did you enjoy the message in the video? Hopefully so. If you did, please do me a favor and hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Those 4 elements help a brother's channel grow, and with growth means I'm motivated to keep producing you guys more content. It's a win-win situation, and if you don't want to win, then you're just a loser. Yeah, I said it.